Hello guys, this is me again doing this replay for going to A1, A2 from the south. Yeah, I apologize, it's been too long since my last replay narration, but I have been kind of busy lately with studying and all that since I have an MCAT coming up in January, so I was doing the last bit of studying and I just didn't have time to make this. So I usually like to blind fire in hopes of, you know, searching for some puppy tears afterwards. But overall, let's start while we're driving. Let's start looking at the lineups. It's a 50B batch out Leo M60 140. So they're pretty fast. They're pretty fast. We're pretty fast as well. So the entire from them the B3 area and for us the C2 area are going to be heavily contended, and you're not going to be able to cross from B1 from C1 to B1 safely without getting shot up to basically shot up like shit, to say the least. And they just happen to have Dodoma on the other side, who is an incredibly good player. So I choose not to take that chance because he could actually just track me and I basically would die in the middle of the field, like that ISA right there. So unfortunately, the ISA gets killed basically for free, so I said, you know what, hey, let's stop here and make a stand right now. This Foch is looking there. I don't want to go challenge him. Just make sure you count the shots of the Foch. Meanwhile, my teammates have C2 secured. In that spot, you basically just can't commit down. You have to go there and just kind of fight it out there. This 5120 is not the best, not the smartest, by poking out sideways into possibly many tanks. That's one place that you don't poke out of if you don't have any armor at all. Like, at all. Just don't. So, in this case, the terrain is very good. Like, if you look at the terrain right here, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to zoom out. The terrain is really good. So, if you angle like this, you only show your gun and your upper plate, and your lower plate is at a very, very strong angle. So nothing except maybe that JPE can pin it with a lower plate, and the only weak spot right now is probably your right cheek from this perspective. So let's continue. Managed to get lucky on the JPE there by snapshotting him. Yeah, in that case, I don't want to be exposing myself to her too long, especially after a JP gets spotted right there. Just let it go and hope for the best, and turn my turret immediately so that it doesn't pin at the face of it. And now that the JP is backed off, and I roll this corner again. I can take a shot from anyone before going out, but this E100 decides to kind of drive into the middle of nowhere, trying to use that corpse as a cover. And I said, you know what? Let's focus on this guy first. Screw those guys on the side, because oh yeah, our E4 just got one-shotted. But anyways, yeah, this guy is pretty lucky in terms of if he does an angle like that, you can shoot his front face still because the angle is not too steep, and you hope for a high pen roll, or you can try to aim for his police bar that way. But in this case, I don't think I pinned him once because he's slightly moving, and all my shots decide that they want to go to his side turret instead of his frontal face. But anyways, I was saying that I want to focus on this E100 first before poking out to the other side and taking an unnecessary shot from the E100. So this way, Terry died for some reason because I think they all pushed on him. And he just happened to turn his turret to me, so of course I'm gonna let a shot go because for him being stupid. Can't leave stupidity unpunished. I tried for his police bar, and then I immediately regretted that decision because of what I just saw in front of me. Thankfully that the waffle was not bad, and this leopard seems to have DC'd, so lucky enough for me. The waffle I think finishes him off, or the IS-3 finishes him. To my dismay, man, I add that IS-3 finishes him off, kind of wasting my shot. So now I take a look back. Our rear is not so good, so I kind of have to make a move. I kind of have to be like the man here. So the E100 is basically out of the picture. He can't shoot me, I can't shoot him, and now I can just focus on something else. There's a very cheeky way of dealing with JPEs, when especially when they're just looking at you like this. All the E100, like all the E100 and whatever series have this problem, is that they show their cheeks before they actually come around the corner, so that you can actually shoot them and get back in the corner before they actually turn your turret on you. In that case, he just rushed the shot because I came out as I said before, the angle was very good, and he just shot at my front plate, which basically bounces everything. The E100 in the front died for some reason. I think it was because of Artie, and all I have to deal with is the clump of tanks over here. So as you see here, I make my angle a little bit. I'm gonna reverse angle this, slowly back out, and I'm gonna pick out this part of his turret. He couldn't have shot me there because his gun is basically aiming at the very edge. And I could shoot the right side of his turret, or rather superstructure, without problem. I let this one repair because I don't have a lot of worry about him clipping me out or anything, because you know it's a 50p, that's 1 HP, or technically 1 shot of worth. And at this point we basically won. You don't go across when they have a fast team. You don't go across when they have like a fast platoon, especially a purple platoon. So I skipped ahead a little bit, I apologize. But basically at this point, they've lost the entire east because nobody was there, and Dodoma is running away with full HP. I decided not to chase him because it's kind of pointless. I'll never catch up to him, so I loaded an HE round and just kind of shoot him with HE for fun, as a little don't run away from me and gesture. But yeah, that's pretty much it. E100 going north, very solid tank, especially to just hold the ground with, and make sure you look both ways and assess the situations. Hello again, guys. This is technically my two birds with one stone replay, as two people have requested northwest replays, and one of them specified that there's one they want to see a 62A 140 play. So, like usual, as we begin, we're gonna look at the lineup. E100 215 beats, 121 Leopard, Foch, WTE. The lower tiers are kind of fast, but nothing to be worried about. We have a superior lineup in terms of just going speed, because we actually have a 54, while they have a Lorraine. Lorraines are useless. And we have an extra 42. 42 is like, it's semi-mobile, I guess. I like to go up here. Oh, as always, go up here. Going through middle is basically a death trap most of the time. Like the LTTB. If you don't have a top speed of 70, 80 or something, don't go up north. Don't go up there or through the LCTB path, because you're just not gonna go up, get up before anyone spots you, or people just happen to be running down the C line and catches you. It's just too much chance of that. And as you know, as a purple player or above average player, your life is worth more than your average puppy. So right now we see that LTTB STB 42-2 is north. We have some backup, but you know, our team is pretty evenly spread. We still Lorraine, Leopard, and 121 up here as usual, as to be expected, right? So this point I said no, I don't want to go fight them in A3 because one, you're gonna get hit by the Conch GC like repeatedly, and two, you're not gonna play the whole down game very well against 121, Lorraine, and possibly more. So this is what I tend to do, especially if you've spotted basically everything else on that other team. You know, the Waffle, well, yeah, one of the WTs is spotted on the 0 line, E100 is down south, M3 is down south, E75. So you pretty much know there's only the lights up here, and maybe a 215B, well no, not 250B. Well, actually maybe 250B, sorry, I spoke too early. Up here, so this is a challenge. You have to assume that these guys don't know that only Sela is holding that spot, and just come behind them like this. The Esper guy decides to follow me as well, which is a really good thing, because 2 tanks is always better than 1. This guy tries to jump off a cliff. No bueno. One of the reasons why I shoot at the left side of the Leopard like that is because I'm pretty sure that's where the ammo rack is, and like, if anything, I like to detonate some ammo racks. This is the target selection. I want to take out the 121 first, but if he backs out of cover, I'm not going to overextend myself just to get him. So Lorraine dies. I'm gonna finish up here with some of the easier targets. IS-3 strong, you know, Russian pro Russian armor. But again, I decided to go for the 121 because IS-3 not so much of a deal. 121, a lot of big deal. So what if he just shoots me once? I can shoot him twice in return, and my teammates can come help me. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because there's still quite a few tanks down there. External has died. I think there's only a E5 holding in the spot, and this here we're faced with choice of safely, I'd say safely we would just go cap, but you know, as always we want damage. Also, when you go up the middle path, you just have to make sure that your camo is good and you don't have you don't have anyone camping that ridge. So you take a peek first before going up. I know that my 62 camo is very good, so it's you're not gonna get spotted past like 300, 310, 320 meters if you don't fire. So it's fairly good until you get up and start shooting at people, and that's pretty much it. And the team kind of mops up and walk away with a win here. Alright, hey guys, unfortunately I wasn't able to find a 62A or any kind of bull tank replay on Windstorm that's compatible with this version of water tanks. So I'm gonna have to make do with the E50 replay for now until I actually manage to run into them with a 62A. As usual, always have to take mid with mediums, but let's take a look at the tanks. We have a really shitty tier 10 lineup for this, especially for this. But E100, Mouse, Golden City, obviously, 140, or a very slow team, to say at least. They, on the other hand, have a much faster team. Technically less armored, but still very capable of taking map control. So right off the bat, we, you know, see. I always want to go to this rock and just take a look at whoever AFKs in base or whoever is just, you know, getting out of base. But if I see nothing, I don't really want to linger around here for too long in case something does leave, kind of light me, and you know, I get smacked by early and such and such. So at this point, I'm quite confused at the fact that where their team is. So I decided that, yeah, you know what, let's just go play somewhere else, because I don't think waiting for things to appear is, you know, the purple way of playing. So let's go find some trouble. So you see the 50B, IS-3, E4, Waffle are all down there. This is when I said, you know what, YOLO. I'm pretty stupid here. I'm pretty sure I can cross this, but apparently I couldn't. I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit. You can cross there. I, for some reason, have HE loaded because I wanted to shoot the Waffle. I forgot the E4 was there, and I said, yo, yeah, let's load APCR now. Waffle's gone. Thankfully the Waffle, was it, our 183 decides to put a AP shell into the E4, which is fantastic. Softens up greatly for me to kind of farm the rest of the damage. This is a very good spot for people that have gun depression. Sort of have gun depression, I guess, with the E50, especially on the side. It's -8, so you're pretty comfortable in this position, and you're able to shoot the kind of tops of E4s very easily, while they only have a top, you know, a view of your top of your turret. It can pen you, but it's not a big deal most of the time. Trying to juke this guy so that he baits him to fire. Both of them, actually. Meanwhile, basically our team rolls them in the city. I rush the shot because I'm retarded. And that's it. Finished up in the city. Killed most of their tanks. Jojo runs into a wall. Speed it up just a little bit more again. Run to a 62A. This is now a very sketchy situation. I just have to pick a side and go with it. I picked the E5 obviously because we have teammates there and he's actively being damaged. And Nothing much that needs kind of explanation here. I think it's just a mop-up now because they chose to distribute their force all into one spot, and I think the 183 did a lot of work. So I managed to get away with this in a tier 9 very well, and that's it. That's it. Low is going to base. I don't care about early. And the last thing to do is hunt down the early, but I decide to cap because I don't really care. But yeah, this is about knowing when to shift. I usually don't go north just because there's such a corridor play, and most of the mediums can't handle that corridor play. So take mid control first, and if there's nothing there that for you to fight, then just go into city and help your guys in the city push through, and hope for the best. Hope for the best that your puppies are not completely retarded.